Hello and welcome to Just Curious by Nature Co's Soap Making Edition. Usually I do the videos via TikTok and then transfer them over on YouTube, but I figured I'd try to do a voiceover tutorial so that it's more of a hands-on and you guys are learning versus just watching. As you can see, I was cutting the oils for this soap recipe. When I first start making my soap, I normally mix my lye and distilled water in the very beginning. It allows the lye to cool down while you are preparing and measuring oils. As you can see, I like to add ice cubes to the mixture of lye. That allows for a faster cool time and the lye doesn't shoot up to over 200 degrees. The ice cubes are distilled water frozen. Please remember to always use gloves, mask, and eye protection, as well as being in a well-ventilated room. Lye mixture gets very caustic and you don't want to breathe any of that in. Another thing is to always use a mixing bowl that's either glass, metal, and if you're going to use a plastic container, make sure the rating on the bottom of that container says 5 in that triangle. 5 is the highest heat rating for anything being used in it. Remember to make sure you constantly check back every few minutes and mix your lye in water solution. Lye can be finicky, and if left alone, the mixture can quickly harden on the bottom of your mixing bowl, making it look hardened like salt. That would not be useful in any of your soaps, so make sure you give it a stir every once in a while you're preparing. Now that we've measured your hard oils and mixed your lye solution in distilled water, let's go ahead and mix your other oils. I always mix in oils that I've infused with certain herbs that are beneficial. For this particular soap that I'm making, this infused oil is cypress. It's good for treating acne because it's antimicrobial. Applying this to this batch of soap can reduce the severity of acne by killing off the bacteria. Along with my infused oils, I also mix in olive oil and jojoba oil. You can mix and match certain oils that are suited in your soap oil ingredients. It's always best to use an oil to lye calculator so that your measurements are spot on. Now it's time to mix your hard oils and your soft oils together. In this batch, I've heated up cocoa butter, shea butter, and coconut oil. The soft oils are olive oil, jojoba oil, and my infused cypress oil. When you're heating your hard oils, you can use a microwave. I tend to use a crock pot to heat them. I find that mixing them in a crock pot allows me to stir in the oils easily, as well as allowing me to mix the soft oils once everything is melted. This is a great time to make sure all oils mix in thoroughly, without having to worry about the microwave overheating the oils. If you do choose to use a crock pot, please remember to use it on low heat or warm. You never want to overheat your oils. Laboratory research shows that oils get unstable at high temperatures and can release cancer-causing hydrocarbons. This goes for a lot of deep-fried foods as well. Next, I add my clays. This is a great time to use the beneficial clays to mask as your soap colorant as well. Instead of using micas or certain food colorings, you can use natural clays to color and design your soap. For this soap batch, I'm going to use bentonite clay, which helps with oily skin problems. Each soap batch dries differently from the next, so when designing your soap, remember to take into consideration when expecting a certain color and it turns out a different one. If you're going to use different clays for coloring, I use this certain measuring and pouring cup. It has a long funnel to allow for easy distribution of your soap. After measuring your clays, which I normally use up to 1 to 2 tablespoons per colorant, I add about 3 tablespoons of already mixed oil to each cup. I then thoroughly mix the clays and colorants in so that there is no powder residue left on the bottom of the measuring cups. Now that you have all the colorants and all the oils mixed, your lye solution should be cooled down enough for the mixing process. I like to temperature check both the lye and the oil before mixing. Everyone is different in what temperature they like to mix their soap in. For me, I like mixing when the lye is about 100 degrees and the oils are about 85 to 100 degrees. Here is where I use a stick blender. This allows for you to mix evenly and thoroughly. This process can take up to 3 minutes or more. You want a nice trace mix. When you see that the mixture is a little thickened but not too much, where it hardens, you know that there's a nice trace. Trace means when both the lye and oils have mixed to a saponification process. This is where all soap artists say mix, mix, mix. After you get a good trace, this is where you can pour the mixture into your colorants. I fill the colorant mixture to about half. This will vary with whatever you choose as your soap design. At the most, leave an inch or more from the top, that way you won't have any pour over when you begin to stick blend. When you thoroughly mix all your colorants, you can then add whatever essential oil you'd like for scent. I use lily and vanilla for this soap mix. After mixing the essential oils, you're going to want to work a bit faster. Depending on what essential oil you use, your mixture can harden faster. If this happens, it'll be more difficult to work on pouring your soap into the soap beds. This is where the beauty comes into play. You can lay out all the colors and mixes to however you want the soap design to be. Make any color variations to your design. I tend to go a bit crazy with overlaying, but it's okay. At the end of it all, it's still going to turn out beautiful. Remember, it's soap art. You're the artist and you can make your canvas however it looks. As you can see, the mixture starts to harden super fast. This is why I tell you guys to hurry up a bit, but not too much to where it becomes messy. I did some piping for the soap mix. I won't go into detail with piping in this video because it'll take too long, and soap piping is a whole different ballgame. I'll definitely do another video on how to do soap piping. With this mix, I added soap embeds that I had previously made. For this design, I had stars, tulips, and heart embeds. Be creative and have fun with it. Well, we're coming down to the last few seconds of this how-to video. I truly hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did making it. I would love to make more videos for you guys. Please drop a comment or a like if you did enjoy it. I also have a TikTok and an Instagram if you'd like to follow there as well. Those links will be available in the description. Have a lovely day and be safe. Blessed be my lovelies, and see you next time.